The operators of Rainbow Six Siege may be adept at taking out terrorists, but zombies infected by an alien parasite? I don't even think Tom Clancy could have been prepared for that. I'm Jamie Latour, and here are a few tips to help those of you who are just starting out extract successfully from these hot zones. Our first Rainbow Six extraction tip, and this should really be a no-brainer, is for the love of God, stick with your team. Don't go wandering off on your own because there are various types of infected, some of which will explode, blind, or smash you to bits, which might leave you just a tad vulnerable. You can only be picked up once after you lose all of your health, and if you go down again, your body gets covered in protective stasis foam, effectively taking you out of the mission. At that point, your teammates will either have to haul your sorry butt off to the extraction point, or they'll just leave you for dead. Hey, just like that other game. Sticking together makes completing objectives and fighting enemies easier, so avoid splitting up unless it's absolutely necessary. Speaking of getting knocked down and getting back up again, you need to seriously keep an eye on your health. In Extraction, you can't heal the damage that you take while you're out on the mission. Health kits can only give you a slight health boost that offers up a bit of cushioning when you get hit. When you extract, the operator you're using will come back with the same amount of health that they had at the end of the incursion. If it's too low, the operator will become inactive, which means you won't be able to play them for a while. Thankfully, they will regain their health as you play missions with other operators, but if you avoid taking any stupid risks, you can prevent yourself from taking any stupid damage. To do well on a mission, you need to complete all of the objectives. Each mission has 3 random objectives that you need to achieve to get the full amount of XP. Some general tips for these incursions are to move quietly, perform stealth takedown kills as much as possible, and watch out for this black goo on the ground called the sprawl, as it'll slow down your movement. After you finish one objective, the whole squad needs to go to the airlock and activate it to go to the next section. Each section will get substantially more difficult, so if you've all taken on too much damage and you don't think you can finish the next objective, there's no shame in heading to the extraction point early. XP is incredibly important as you need it to unlock new gear. While you're completing objectives, you should also be trying to fulfill the list of challenges you're given for each level. These are referred to as studies, and they can be viewed from the individual level select screens or at the start of a mission. You'll typically have 3 challenges to complete that require you to do things like ping nests or kill enemies. Finishing these challenges, along with all of the objectives, should reward you with plenty of experience points, which will unlock milestones along Extraction's progression bar. Each milestone you reach will give you new items, cosmetics, and even unlock new tech to use and more operators for you to play as. Finally, when it comes to the operators themselves, it's not a bad idea to get acquainted with all of them. You may have 1 or 2 that you prefer to use, but since they could be injured or even declared MIA while out there on a mission, your favorite may not always be available to select. Being effective, or at the very least familiar with each operator, can make it so you know which ones gel well with each other in a squad. Certain objectives are also much easier to tackle with certain operators. Some are good for recon, some can heal, and some of them just have a big-ass hammer. Experiment with all of them because they could all be useful in the right situations. For more Rainbow Six Extraction news and guides, head on over to thegamer.com. Thanks for watching, and unless an alien parasite takes over the world, we'll see you next time.